Okay, so now we are going to look at two reactions. The third one is hydrohalogenation, and the fourth one is a hydration reaction. So let's first look at our hydrohalogenation reaction. So hydrohalogenation, that means that you are going to add OH and bukan OH. You are going to add hydrogen and you are going to add halogen, okay, into your alkene. So there are two conditions. You can do hydrohalogenation without the presence of peroxide. That means you only have HX, or you can do it with the presence of peroxide. Okay, peroxide is this ROOR, peroxide, maksudnya dia macam ada banyak oksigen lah. Okay, alright. So let's first look at this one right here. Okay, without peroxide, so you only have HX. So since here you have alkene and reacting with your hydrogen halide, okay, only no peroxide, you will get haloalkenes. Alright, so you get haloalkenes because you're adding hydrogen and a halogen. Okay, so for this one, you will follow the Marconikov rule. But macam kat sini awak tak ada nak apply lah sebab it is a general reaction and kita assume that it is a symmetrical alkenes. Okay, so you can have two conditions, two situations. So if you have symmetrical alkenes like this one yang awak potong half, it is the same, alright, on the left and right side. So when you hydrohalogenate it, okay, your H and I will just attach to your two carbons je lah, tak kisah. Kalau letak sini pun kat sini pun, it will still be the same molecular formula. Okay, key. But if you have unsymmetrical alkenes, alright, you will have to follow Marconikov's rule, okay, to determine the major product. That means macam tadi, kita akan ada more than one possible product lah. Okay, so Marconikov rule, it will help you determine where to put your hydrogen, where to put your halogen, okay, your X. So in the addition of HX to an alkene, the hydrogen atom is added to the carbon atom of the double bond that has greater number of hydrogen atoms. So maksudnya, according to Marconikov, hydrogen will go to the carbon with banyak hydrogen, okay. Lagi banyak hydrogen, dia lagi suka lah, dia nak dengan family dia lah, kira contoh. Alright, so let's say right here you have your unsymmetrical alkene. When you potong half like this, you can see that it's not the same on both sides. Okay, so mana kita nak letak our H, mana kita nak letak our Br. So we will look at the number of hydrogens on each of the carbon. So this carbon has 2 hydrogens while this one has 1. So that means your hydrogen will attach to this carbon right here. Okay, so I will attach je lah hydrogen to this carbon, and Br will be attached to the other carbon. So this is your product. Okay, your haloalkene according to Marconikov's rule. Okay, ingat Marconikov awak guna bila awak ada unsymmetrical alkenes, when you are adding HX, hydrogen halides. Okay, so what about this situation pula when we perform betul lah, hydrohalogenation with the presence of peroxide. So your peroxide is here yang ada 2 O ni, okay. So in the presence of peroxides, your H2O2 contohnya, okay, the hydrogen atom of your HBr will attach to the carbon atom with fewer hydrogen atoms. So you will use anti-Marconikovs, okay, anti-Marconikov when you have your peroxide ROR. So bila nampak je ni, awak kena tahu yang awak tak guna Marconikov tapi anti Marconikov, dia terbalik. So instead of hydrogen dia pergi dekat carbon yang ada banyak hydrogen, yang banyak family dia pergi dekat lagi satu yang kurang. So basically awak just tambah je lah awak punya hydrogen. Okay, bila ada ROR ni, ROR peroxide awak, dia akan attach to this carbon instead of this one. Okay, so this will be your alkene lah. Alright, so senang je kan, halogenation reaction. So ingatlah untuk buat sintesis nanti. Alright, next reaction we have is the hydration of your alkene. Okay, so that means this is a reaction with acidified water. Okay, we do this reaction, hydration reaction, maksudnya awak tambah water, maksudnya awak ada H dengan OH. Okay, to prepare low molecular alcohols, maksudnya awak nak prepare alcohol yang ada sikit carbon. So this is an acid catalyzed reaction. That means that awak guna acid as your catalyst. Contohnya H2SO4 or phosphoric acid yang dilute. Okay, in order to add your water to your carbon-carbon double bond. So this is the reaction here. The reaction pula, this is your alkene. Alright, so ini awak akan check adakah dia symmetrical alkene or not. So it's not, you can see that. So antara these two carbons, this one has more hydrogen. Okay, so if awak tak ada peroxide, okay, macam H2O2, okay, awak akan add awak punya OH dengan H ikut Marconikov rule. That means your hydrogen will go attached to the carbon with more hydrogen, which is this one. So this will be your product. You get an alcohol. Alright, this is an alcohol. Hydration, maksud hydration of alkene buat alcohol. Tiba-tiba sambung pula ni. Alright, so next reaction is an oxidation reaction of alkenes. So oxidation reaction of alkenes, there are two ways, which is to use potassium manganate, okay, whether in basic and cold condition, or potassium manganate in acidic hot condition. They will form different products lah. Okay, another oxidation reaction of alkene is ozonolysis. Alright, so we will look at the first part yang atas ni. Okay, yang atas, okay, yang ni semua ni. Okay, so let's look where if we have KMnO4 as our reagent and our experiment is carried out in basic condition and cold temperature. Okay, so when we oxidize our alkene, macam mana kita oxidize? Kita akan ada oxidizing agent lah, KMnO4. So bila benda-benda yang ada banyak oksigen ni, dia biasanya adalah oxidizing agent lah. Okay, so this is the region and condition. Okay, you will form oxidation of alkene using KMnO4 in basic cold condition. You will form alcohol atau diol. Diol maksudnya awak ada dua OH. Okay, dua OH, diol. Di dua O, L tu alcohol. Alright, so right here alkene react in this region and condition, you will get your 1,2-diol, or the other name is glycols, and you will also get a brown precipitate. Alright, so maksudnya ada observation lah. So this is actually called the Bayes test. So ingat Bayes test, awak punya reagent adalah KMnO4 in basic cold condition. Okay, so the observation, if you have the presence of carbon-carbon double bond in your molecule, is that your Purple color of KMNO4 will decolorize and brown precipitate of MnO2 will be formed. Okay. This arrow yang tunjuk bawah ni maksudnya awak form precipitate. Contoh kalau macam ni, kalau atas maksudnya macam hydrogen, awak form hydrogen gas. Okay, contoh. Alright, so this is Bayes test to test the presence, test whether your compound has the carbon-carbon double bond. Alright, okay, so that is using oxidation, using KMNO4 in basic cold condition. Awak can form alcohol dengan diol. So what if we have oxidation using KMNO4 in an acidic and hot condition? You will form carboxylic acid or ketone or carbon dioxide and water. This one comes together, okay? Alright, how do we know what kind of product we will form? We will have to look at our carbon-carbon double bond to apa yang attached to it, okay? So let's say right here, okay, awak ada carbon-carbon double bond and it has one hydrogen atom attached to itself. Okay, if that is the case, what actually happens is that you're going to cleave this bond, cleave this sigma and pi bond, okay, and then awak tambah double bond O macam tu. And since if you have hydrogen, that means awak akan oxidize juga awak punya hydrogen ni, awak akan tambah oxygen. Okay, so that's why for this reaction KMNO4 in acidic and hot condition, you will get carboxylic acid if you have one hydrogen atom attached to your carbon. Okay, so basically awak potong yang ni, tambah double bond O dengan hydrogen tu ada tambah oksigen, so dapatlah carboxylic acid. Okay, so ini maksudnya ada dua produk, satu dengan dua. Okay, yang ni dengan ini. Right, so if you have two hydrogen atoms macam ni ada satu. Okay, maksudnya dia akan form carboxylic acid. Yang ni ada dua hydrogen, so then this one you will form carbon dioxide and water. Okay, so since you have two hydrogen atoms attached to one carbon, then you will get carbon dioxide and water. Kenapa? Sebab bila potong ni kan carbon ni akan form double bond O. Okay, double bond O macam tu. Lepas tu H2 ni akan kena oxidize juga, so dia pun adalah oksigen, jadi H2O. Okay, senang je, bila dah practice senang je. Alright, so let's say if you have two R groups on your same carbon, pula macam ni. So this carbon ada 1, 2 R groups and this carbon has 1, 2 R groups. So that means that bila awak potong ni, awak tambah double bond O kan? Lepas tu awak ada R group and R group. Okay, you will get a ketone lah. Macam tu je. Senang je kan? So dia cerita dia awak kena ingat je. Dah habis dah? Alright, habis dah reaction. So